Hey there, Saggy. What's going on? I have seen ending come up. This could be scorpionic energy here. You may leave a position or be terminated. However, there's always a new opportunity ahead. You may change careers entirely. And then, excuse me, my nose just started itching as soon as I started the video. And then when I was in the pre-shuffle, I saw a razor promotion card in here. Yeah, somewhere in here. Yeah, I had flipped right to it. So some of you may quite literally be leaving one position or career entirely and starting a new one, or just going to a different company or having a raise. But there is something about where you are being very stagnant and stale, and you are somebody who's full of life and color, who deserves to be seen and shine. You are going to find a great match. There's something about you here working towards, you're going to have the rare blessing of, you know how they always say you feel like home, and it could be a person. You are somebody who's going to have the rare blessing of having a person that feels like your home, having a career that feels like your home, a lifestyle that feels like home. It's there's something about you're really coming home to yourself, but you had to like go through a bunch of pretty difficult experience. There's something about you in particular, your vortex needing to be very robust. You chose, it's like you wanted that baby busting at the seams, kind of. What is that guy where, I'm thinking of, what's that movie I watched years ago, just so raunchy, Super Bad, where the bigger guy puts on pants and they're real tight, and he's in the mirror and he's trying to pose to stretch the pants out, and his friend's going, there's just not enough pant there. That is how your vortex is. There's just not enough pant there. It is spilling over and it's ready to come into your existence, and for you to enjoy here, enjoy the fruits of your labor here, not just when you go beyond the human realm. Gesture. You may be asked to help someone out, or you may need a hand. Give deserved praise to others and you will receive recognition too. So I just heard that you have been doing so much for so long, and you've been your own cheerleader. It's like you have a very thankless job, and you have had to be your own cheerleader, and Source has been your cheerleader in silence. You know that you have them, you know that. But all this time there's something here about you wanting somebody to recognize you, but when they recognize you, you kind of like oh, I just got a big old chill. When they recognize you, you're like, you get really like, oh, like, I don't know if I like this. You don't like the attention. You'll get used to it. Come on, Sag, you love attention. Movement. You'll make good oh, look, this card literally started slipping out. Did you see that? It's how it just started falling out. So you'll make good progress now, and you'll be able to overcome any obstacles in your path. Big leaps forward are possible now. The gateway is open for you to start something new. Whatever you're seeing outside forces was behind this card. People skills. You have a flair for working well with others. You could be a diplomat, counselor, salesperson, or a head of a company. They're showing the movie Bruce Almighty in my mind, where the scene where he's going through a party, and you're going through, and it's like, as you're walking, people are just like, hey, pulling at you and pointing and trying to get your attention, and you're just trying to walk through like, hey, hey, hey. You're like, man, I just want a minute to myself to breathe. I get that. That's the type of energy you're going to be in soon. So don't worry about don't worry about never getting comfortable with it, because you're going to have lots of practice. You're going to have lots of practice. Whatever you're going through right now feels like it could be pretty tumultuous, a little rocky. There's something where you're not going to be able to control the outcome, but the outcome is necessary in order for you to shift into the place you want to in your life. And I say place because they're saying that's what you focus on the most. When I say energy, you don't really, it's kind of like, who cares about the damn energy? But when we say place, something about that setting better in your soul. So change energy with the word place when you talk about things. I want to get from this place to that place. So what do I need to get from this place to that place? I change places. The place I'm staying at now is Peaceful Avenue. Something like that. They want you to play with. That came out in another reading. Something about playing with words. Yeah, interesting. Okay. No. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. I don't even know if this is a real word or if it's made up, but I'm hearing appearances. Like an appearancist. Like somebody who's really, really into appearances. It's interesting. There's something here about you. Maybe you're really into appearance. Yeah, you're really into appearance. You like to look good, smell good, act a certain way, do things a certain way, and you kind of have this idea of who your ideal partner is. But they're saying something you thought you wanted. You've had a lot of experience with the type that you thought you wanted. And the more you started accepting the type that you wanted, the worse your life got because it was more about the appearance than it was what was going on the inside. So even though things looked good on the outside in the home, it never felt like home. And it's because there's something inside of you that needed to be looked at and healed, as well as the people that you were dealing with. And the person that you're going to end up with is somebody who's the opposite, really, in a lot of ways, of the type that you typically gravitated towards, Sagittarius. Because you're going to care more about how someone makes you feel opposed to how they look. Now, don't get me wrong, appearance will matter to you. It really will. But it doesn't feel like that's going to be the main thing that drives you much longer. Because it's like, you know what? I want somebody who just makes me feel like if the world disappeared today, we could survive because our love is that great. Something like that. There's also something here about you meeting the person that you're going to end up with is a romantic at heart. And that isn't something that they're saying is normally your forte. The person that you're going to end up with is also loves and craves affection, attention, like soft touch and just easy, not this like rushed stuff, but just they're showing me like they're really focusing on soft, like somebody who just wants to be kind of caressed and just like, loved, and play with their hair or rub their feet or just stroking their arm as you're laying there watching TV, things like that. Something about I just heard you move too fast. So Sagittarius, I heard you move too fast. And so you're going to be meeting somebody who you think is like sometimes a little too slow and irks your nerve, like, come on, can we just go already? And then but they're meant to slow you down and you're meant to speed them up. So together you both have that really good dance of, okay, let's dial it back for a minute. Come here, let me love on you. And then, okay, it's time to go. Let's rock. So you're going to realize that you find a lot of flavor in the relationships where you're seeing somebody that's kind of opposite of you in a lot of ways. Okay. I have not even gotten any cards out except for a few here. What? You want me to grab a different deck? A different deck. I don't know if you've said this or somebody is going to say this soon, but I just heard, I am freaking awesome. I am freaking awesome. I am awesome. I am awesome. I am awesome, awesome, awesome. Somebody really out there toot toot tooting their own horn, baby. What are you doing? I just heard toot toot, motherfucker. Someone here is really a jokester and and likes to be around playful energy, you know. I'm hearing a little bit of sarcastic, but actually the more you ascend, you're going to find that the sarcasm kind of naturally goes away. Not fully, because you know, it's fun, it's funny. It's funny, but there's things that you're going to be sarcastic funny, not sarcastic mean. There's a difference. What did they do? This, I split to the deck and I saw this and it just flew right back out. You're meeting some type of mentor or your spirituality. There's something about your spirituality and your beliefs changing. What? There's something about you morphing into the version of like you into the energy and a version of an ascended master. Oh. So oh, this is crazy. I just picked this up, and as I picked this up, I heard the beginning credits of something going, oh, and I just saw 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. Something about progress has been made, enough progress to prove um, to yourself that you're worth this new beginning, because there was a time when you didn't believe that you were worth this new beginning. There's something about somebody, I just heard something about someone patiently waiting on you to figure yourself out. It's like, no, I know I want them. I know I want them. I'm going to give them some time. Yeah, I know I want them. I can see that they're working something out. I can see the shift. I can feel it. I'm good with waiting. I'm going to wait. And you have a mentor that's done that. And the entire time when you were feeling like this and they were giving you time to figure something out, it was like they were really right here all along. If something were to go awry in a situation, they would have been the first person to, come through for you. I did hear something about an NDA needing to be signed. That's not obviously not going to be for everybody, but somebody watching this needed to hear that. I just heard, I hope you're willing to sign an NDA because this has to go a certain way in order for this to work for me. I just heard, I've seen some pretty sly things and you've been putting on quite a show, my dear. I just heard, I don't know why this is important, but I just heard the keyword or buzzword as freckles. I don't know. Is that a nickname or I don't know why freckles is significant, but something about freckles. Okay, now you've got the Emperor and the Chariot that I just split to. So you are. Sagittarius, I just gotta say this. It's so funny. I gotta tell you what I'm getting. I just heard that there was a time where you were so full of yourself and you just thought that you were the shit, baby. And now you've been knocked off your rocker a few times and your confidence has been knocked. You've been humbled a little bit. But you're going to get all that back plus some, but you're going to get it from a place of wholeness and not cockiness. Man, you're right. Yay, yay, yay. I just heard, man, yay. Okay. I have the death, and then I had the 8 of swords. This is what I'm, remember how it was, and the tower just came out. I just heard tomorrow is a good day. And I heard Frankenstein is leaving. Okay, I don't know. You got all of your ancestors. I've been inviting them in, and I keep telling them to give me buzzwords, anything you guys want. I heard Alfonso. Denora, Dania, Dana, Denaya. I don't know why this word is important. Maybe you just saw this, heard this, somebody out there, the word tutelage. I don't even know what that means, I'll be honest. But somebody, it's like you need that confirmation. So, and something about when you watch this, you're just going to hear that word, see that word somehow. Okay? All right. I'll talk to you later. Peace and love.